This is PlayerProps.ai. This for winners research. We run it up with every betting tool you know in each verse. Travis tested waters, help you swim even the feet first. Now strategies and all you need to help you PlayerProps.ai. This for winners research. We run it up with every betting tool you know in each verse. Travis tested waters, help you swim even the feet first. Now strategies and all you need to help you eat.
Hey guys, it's me, Travis with PlayerProps.ai, and this is what we're looking at for Week 11, Thursday Night Football. If you have been listening to the words coming out of my mouth for the last few weeks, you're up a lot of money. We have hit almost every single thing that this YouTube show has told you to do, has taught you to do. That's actually the most important part. What the show has taught you to do over the last few weeks. For anybody that's not hearing what I'm saying right now because they're just fast forwarding to the end because they don't actually care about their financial well-being and they just want to, I don't know, be as lazy as possible. I don't know. But if you listen to the words coming out of my mouth, you are on a good path to being a successful sports bettor. Now, yesterday was awesome. So, if you watched the Monday Night Football show that we dropped on Friday, so you had 3 days of zero excuses to watch the show and lock in the Monday Night Football play that was last night because I recorded this on Tuesday, which is why I remember my taco shirt because it's Taco Tuesday. The entire show went about, 25-ish minutes. And if you did not fast forward and you watched it because there's so many golden nuggets of education, you saw that I was struggling to find something because I was looking at all of the things saying like something is wrong with this game. Everything's very ugly, which if you saw last night's game of Monday Night Football, everything that I said is what the game was. It was 0-0 at halftime. You can go back and watch the show. I'm talking about, well, this doesn't make sense. Nothing was clicking because the AI and how I've built the app and how I teach you how to use the app, everything was on par with what was actually happening. So we essentially knew the game was going to be stupid ugly, which is why we're like, hey, none of these individual stats of like the yards and things, none of these things. I mean, a lot of the stuff I said like hit, but it wasn't like there just wasn't anything there that was juicy enough. I'm like this doesn't look right. And I would even I had like a bunch of 5 to 10 second pauses of just staring at the screen. Like I can't commit to that. That doesn't make sense because of all the numbers and all the things we're looking at, which is why we saw a very ugly game last night. But the one thing we wound up on after going back and forth was this game is gonna be ugly, but he's still the running back for Green Bay. He's still gonna find a way into the end zone. I don't know how many touchdowns he's gonna get, but he's gonna find a way to the end zone. The only points that Green Bay scored was our guy getting into the end zone. So we hit on that, and then Mondays are kind of like a doubleheader day because you have the Monday Night Football show that I do on Friday, but then on Mondays I record a show for that day. Typically it's NBA, but because we have been printing so much money in NHL, and I want to stress that if you don't give a crap about NHL, or you don't know a single thing about NHL, and you would care less about watching an NHL game, it does not matter because we've made a system that is so easy and simplified. And so on the show yesterday, the NHL show, I pulled up, this is how we use the app. This is the cheat sheets that are in Discord. I showed you where to find the cheat sheets. I showed you all the trillions of channels in Discord once you unlock all your accounts or unlock all your channels, access and everything. And I was like, listen, I have not watched an NHL game this season from start to finish. I've been too busy on building the app, too busy working on version 3.0, football, NBA, and a bunch of other things, right? And I also don't like the fact that I'm a Vegas Golden Knights fan and all of those games start at 10:30 p.m. Eastern time because they're over on the west side. And so for me to watch a game, I have to be up past midnight, 1 o'clock watching these when I have other things I got to work on. Anywho, so I haven't seen an entire game. I haven't paid too much of any attention to NHL. So I'm on the same level of you if you have not watched an AHL and you don't know anything about NHL, right? I mean, I know about NHL, but I just haven't paid attention this season, game-wise or anything like that. But I paid attention to the Discord. I'm like, what? People are winning so much money in NHL. Let me focus on that. Let me draw attention to how much money people are winning and how easy it is to win money. So yesterday's show for NHL, I was like, hey, this is how the app, already know how the app works. This is what we look at. Let's pull up Joey's cheat sheets. And we just went like, okay, let's find something the AI is predicting, excuse me, that is also on the cheat sheet. And we went back and forth, like that's not on the cheat sheet, that's not on the cheat sheet. And then eventually we found something that was on the cheat sheet that AI was also predicting. It was Marchand over 0.5 points. And I believe he hit that in the second period where he scored a goal, which if you don't know hockey, if you get an assist or a goal, it's considered a point. So he got his, I think it was like his 11th or 12th goal of the season. So we hit that one. So everything on every show that was for Monday hit. So you guys are printing cash by watching YouTube and doing exactly what I tell you to do. You're printing cash by doing what I do on the shows on YouTube on your own on other days. So like, for example, if you want to do NBA yesterday, you would just use the Wednesday show and do exactly what I did on the show to find out if I did do a play on Monday for NBA, you would have found the play would have wound up anyway because I taught you how to find good plays. So by paying attention to what I'm saying on the shows, by doing what I say on the shows and using the app on your own, by getting into the Discord, which you have to join, there's no excuses. There's if the only reason people don't join Discord is because they don't know about PlayerProps.ai. Because if you know about PlayerProps.ai, you know that we have a Discord. It's impossible to look at the app and not see this big Discord logo. And it's impossible to not see this above my head every time you watch a YouTube show. If you are interested in winning more money than what you lose, you simply have to do what everybody else is doing that is crushing it. Oh, look at these people in Discord. They're dropping hundreds of thousands of dollars of screenshots on a weekly basis. I want to be part of that. Well, guess what? Those people are using the app as designed, and they're in the Discord and using Discord as it's designed. It's not rocket science. It's copy and paste. You just have to do what others are doing. I'm not saying you have to copy what others are doing in terms of exactly what their bets are, but follow what they're doing. How are they using the app? Ask them questions. Hey, how did you come across this play? Like, what were you looking at? Blah, blah, blah. Why did you not take this play? All of those things, the Q&A. This is how you become a better. It's simple. But now that we got through that tangent, let's find something for this AFC East matchup of the Patriots and the Jets. Two teams that I do not care anything about because, of course, I'm a Dolphins fan. Which was great to win the AFC East game this weekend against the Bills. Which reminds me, I have a neighbor that's 3 doors down that's a Bills fan. We watched the Bills game together where Bills embarrassed the Dolphins earlier this season. I have to text this man. I'm just going to text him like a winky face emoji because I've not heard from him, but it's probably because we beat the Bills. Anyway. That doesn't. You don't care about that. It doesn't matter. I know. Quick glance. We have a Patriot receiver. The reason Mac Hollins, I think, has this line is because I think Booty. I think it's like Booty. I call him Booty. Booty is questionable with a hamstring injury, and those are pretty hard to come back from quickly. So I think that's why he has this kind of projection in this line. But again, the Jets, as sucky as they are, have a decent defense. However, you have to take into account that all but one of these games, they had Sauce Gardner as their lead CB, and they currently do not. So this season, this data is roughly irrelevant, essentially, because they had one of the best corners in the league, and now they don't. I mean, they didn't have them last week, but still, like, you'll have to wait 2 more games before this last 3 data becomes relevant. But doesn't mean that they allow a ton of yards. It's just you have to take that into account. And then we have a Jets receiving option here with Breece Hall, where the Patriots are showing they're mid in terms of allowing passing yards and receiving yards. So there's nothing there that's incredibly sexy. I don't think there's any trifectas on the over or the under. Nope. So when we finally get to a line that's 40 plus, which is Diggs, not enough difference to even bother with that. So I don't think there's an over receiving play right now. And on the underside, there is no receiving option that has under projection. I know Breece Hall is like a CMC wannabe, essentially, where he gets a lot of targets. Let me actually look at his reception stuff here. Oh, no, not rush attempts. Maybe not as of late. So I don't think receiving yards is what we're going to be considering. Not receptions, nothing there. Let's go on the over, the under. So let's go to rushing yards. Patriots do not allow rushing yards. We can clearly see that because they are the best rushing defense in the NFL this season. They've allowed the least amount of rushing yards, 32nd. There's only 32 teams, the least amount. And they've been pretty decent for the last 3 games. But who has allowed a lot of rushing yards? The Jets. 8th most this season, 6th most in the last 3. Now, it looks like DraftKings doesn't have any props for the Patriots running backs because I guess they don't know if Ramondre Stevenson's playing or not. It looks like FanDuel and everybody's the same. So yeah, as of this recording, there's no, it doesn't seem like there's any lines for the Patriots running backs because Trevion Henderson and Ramondre Stevenson, because I don't think Stevenson played last game. So I guess they're waiting on an update on that, but that is interesting though. What else can we look at here? Only one player has a R&R stat. Let's look at passing yards. Well, we already know passing yards is important because we already know the defensive matchups. And they don't know who's starting for the Jets. So there's no Jets quarterbacks props. Nothing on passing yards looks good. Let's look at passing touchdowns. This guy is, yeah. This is something I think we've targeted a lot this season. Like, look at this, 86.7% accurate. Only 1 game this season, he's had 0 passing touchdowns, and only 2 games this season has he had less than 2 passing touchdowns. I'm trying to think here real quick. Hold on. I'm going to the NFL data channel in Discord, and I want to see if... Yeah, so when the AI projects Drake May to be over 1.5 passing touchdowns on the NFL data sheets. So if you remember the data sheets I showed you, pulled up on the screen yesterday for NHL, we have the same ones in the NFL data channel in Discord. But yeah, Drake May has hit over 75%. On Joey's cheat sheet every time the AI projects that, because I mean clearly you see here like he's hit this 80% of the season. I think this is what we're going for. So remember, the Jets have a pretty decent pass defense over the course of the season because they had Sauce Gardner, and he helped a little bit with that. Now that they don't, it doesn't mean that they are the worst pass defense in the NFL, like the Pittsburgh Steelers. But at the same time, we don't need Drake May to have a massive passing yard game. We just need him to get the ball into the end zone from throwing it, hopefully not him running it in, 2 times. I don't see a scenario where New England only scores 1 touchdown in this game. The problem is this is extremely juiced. I just looked at this. Let's see if we can find it better than -196, because that's kind of ugh. Yeah, it's pretty juicy. Oh, it looks like Justin Fields does have a passing touchdown line on some books. Oh, minus 167. That's not bad. DraftKings is DraftKings is almost the worst, but minus 167 isn't bad. So yeah, just make sure you shop for the best payout possible. Bet Rivers minus 167. That's a lot more palatable than something that's approaching 200. So stay away from DraftKings, from Fanatics, Bet MGM, Hard Rock. Oh, and something else that I forgot who it was in Discord. So I've been saying to pull all your money off of ESPN Bet because it's no longer going to exist on December 1st. However, the company that owned ESPN Bet, or the company that ran the tech platform, if you will, which is called Penn Interactive, they already have it's smaller than all of these, but they already have a sports book called The Score. And so what they're doing is, if you have money in an ESPN Bet, once they transfer the branding from ESPN Bet to The Score, that's the only thing that's different. They're gonna change the look a little bit. They're gonna change the branding back to another brand they own, which is The Score. So if you do have money in there, you don't need to worry about it. You're still gonna have it in a sports book. It's just we're gonna change the logo here, essentially. Once we Anyway, once that changes, this will change. We'll figure that out. But anyway, yeah, it's not a rush. You don't have to take your money off the book. They are going to still be a sports book. It's just going to look and feel different. So I just want to make that note, not to freak you guys out. I'm like, oh my gosh, take all your money off, because that's what it seemed like it was originally. But yeah, now that we know we can get something down to minus 167, I think that's what we're going to go with. I do want to see, yeah, there's no sports book that has passing yards. It's weird they have no props, except for Justin Fields, except for passing touchdowns. That's so weird. But yeah, I think that's what we're gonna rock here. I don't know how ugly of a game this is, but typically we have ugly Thursday night football games more often than not. But we don't need it to be a sexy game. We just need the Patriots to put up 14 points, and for both of those touchdowns to be passing touchdowns from Drake. Simple as that. Make sure you do everything that is required, that is free. If you want to be successful, you have to be in the Discord. You do not have an option of not being in the Discord. I don't care if you don't use Discord. If you want to be successful and you want to use PlayerProps.ai and you want to be as successful as the people that do use PlayerProps.ai, you have to join them in the Discord. You don't have to be extremely active. You don't have to talk to anybody, really. You just have to be there, because there's a lot of channels that have a lot of things that you need to know. If you're premium, you have to look at the cheat sheet stuff. It helps you out. It helps you win a lot more, like I explained yesterday on the NHL show. They're the guidelines that you follow. So there's a guarantee that we have that if you follow all of the guidelines and the Welcome to VIP channel, so as soon as you upgrade and your accounts are connected and you're a premium member in Discord with full access, there's a channel called Welcome to VIP. That's where you find what we call our 6 steps to success. If you follow all of those, it's a guarantee that you're going to lose less often. And there's not been a single person who's followed all of those to a T in the 21 months that we've been active and alive and an app that have not reduced their losses. We know what you're doing, and we know how to teach you how to do it better. We know how to stop the bad decision making and make you a good decision maker. You just have to be there to learn the guidelines. Get in the Discord, subscribe to this YouTube channel, get the app, create a free account on the app, connect your Discord free account to your PlayerProps.ai account, and that's going to open up the Discord channels. That is what your to-do list is for today. So do not go to sleep until you do it. Don't you dare go to sleep until you do the free stuff. It takes you 5 seconds. Just do it. See you guys in Discord. Good luck.